Machiegni uru. Mae en Onagi gi Twak Makende, Twak makelo dongruok mar Onagi. Mae en Onagi for Onagi, Onagi with Onagi. Lakini akwaono makawuono kende nikech today wan gi wendo ma special. Matiende ni we are not going to speak in Onagi language, but you're going to speak in international language. Miwacho ni our second language, which is English. So leo we are blessed to have one and the only founder, CEO of Pamoja Trust Kenya. Karibu sana, karibu sana, karibu sana, karibu sana. She's our one and only Marion van der Voet. Welcome so much. Welcome so much. My and Twak Mukelu called Anna Boxer Naila Koya Dalama Netherlands, Gasembo Pachokanti Dalama Canada. Oh, sorry. I'm just saying we are welcoming you all the way from Netherlands and Canada. Sorry, Maron, if you don't understand that.
I understand. I understood. Thank you. Asante sana.
Okay, Asembo Pacho.
Pleasure to have Marion today to share with us about the foundation and give us more about what they do, what they tend to do, and basically how they impact our people back home. So anybody, wherever you are, wherever you're watching us from, feel free, come and understand Pamoja Trust, what they do. And it's an interaction that we want to share with everybody in Onagi, basically so that we can see how best we can improve with the Pamoja Foundation and what they can do for the community. Marion, welcome to the studio.
Hi, nice to meet you. I had to unmute, sorry. Yes, go on. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can go on. I see your mute. You are.
Yeah, now okay,
Oh,
Sarah.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Sorry, there was something wrong there, I think. Good evening. Nice that I'm here. I feel honored and I'm humbled. Nice to meet you all. Mr. Petio from Canada, Mr. Abuksen Ayla from Kenya, who's a dear friend of mine for a couple of years. So I feel humbled to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Yeah. Assemble.
Marion, thank you so much for also taking your time to be with us today. My question goes to you, and basically we want to understand, as a founder of Pamoja Kenya, what led to this foundation? What made you decide to come with the Pamoja Foundation?
Well, I have been traveling all over the world for years. And 11 years ago, I was on a holiday in Kenya. And a long story short, I fell in love with the country. And I also always wanted to do something to help communities. And I saved some money. So I started a project with a water well. That was 11 years ago. The people who I worked at that time with were not actually interested in their community, only in themselves. So in a short time, I met another person, Mr. Philip Kahindi, our supervisor. And from that moment on, we start growing as our foundation in Matsangoni Malindi in Kenya, in coast region north of Mombasa. And we provide people with water and sanitary facilities. And we have done 20 projects so far and helped 30,000 people, yes, with water and sanitary facilities. That's what we do. And we do water wells, no boreholes. And we do showers and toilets for hygiene circumstances and divided in women and men compartments. That is basically, in a nutshell, what we do. We have built our name, we have built our reputation. Diseases in that area like typhoid and cholera have gone down. So the people are really happy. So that is actually what we do. I do the fundraising in Holland, and Mr. Philip Kahindi, our supervisor, does the work on the ground in Kenya. And we work with our water team from Kisumu and with our own team with plumbers and carpenters, whatever, from Malindi.
That's pretty good, and we appreciate you coming into our country to change the life of our people, how to provide clean water, provide clean sanitaries for everybody in the community. Is there a criteria that you guys use to decide where you're doing a project? Is there rules that you're using to decide where to do this project?
We work together with the local government of Kilifi County, 1.2 million people. And the MP of the parliament, Mr. Hassan Wezi, is working close with us, who has also water in his own portfolio. And he decides together with Philip Kahindi where to do a next project. Most of the time we do it at school. We do 2 schools per year normally. That the land where we do the project or we get donated by the school or the government, depending. At the same time, we have such a good collaboration that the government also extends the power. So at the same time, it is double because we do the power and we do the water projects, water shower and go. That is how we collaborate. And at the same time, also the children have 1 hot meal per day. The parents can grow their vegetable. They can create their vegetable gardens at the school premises. So it has a long stretched development for the communities. And now we have started last year. I think last year we started our first solar project for women. So women, we stimulate women empowerment, that they have their own business on a farm. And that they can sell their crops, that they can sell their water. So there is an income, there is a regular income. At the same time, 2-3 years ago, I myself designed with Mr. Philip Kahindi the rainwater harvest project with water tanks. Entrepreneurs, because I'm an entrepreneur myself, can donate a water tank. Their name can be signed on the water tank itself, and we donate it per family. So that means that the family who gets a water tank, it's with gutters and a pipe and a tap, they can irrigate their own land, they have water, they can sell the water. Well, what can you do with water? No, that is actually, and it is it's very successful. People are really happy.
If a community that is in need of water or sanitary
facilities.
Mm-hmm. Do they have to do application, or there's a way the community group you're having down there decides where the project goes to?
They can do an application, and then first of all, a survey needs to be done. If there is water, if you're talking about water, where they want the project to be done. Simple as that. If there is no water, you can't do a project. You can do rainwater harvesting, that's another story. But if you want to do a water well project, we don't do boreholes. We have a documentary from 2019 which explains why, because boreholes don't go very deep and water wells go to the groundwater, that you have always water. But if communities want this, then they have to they can send an application.
So there's this application for community to apply for and to maybe get considered. And
yes.
What I want to say, Kenya got right now we are under devolution, and different counties level have got different governance. And is there any county officials from I'm focusing on the Luo Nyanza region and Western Kenya? That is like the 4 counties that are in Luo Nyanza, that is Migori, Homa Bay, Kisumu, and Siaya. Is there any leadership from those regions that have contacted you concerning the project that you're doing so well with in Kenya, that to bring this down to the region?
Not yet. Not yet. Mr. Aboxen Ayla already told me a couple of times, can't you work in our region? But not, you just don't do that. You have to do your research. We are professional. We give presentations. We work with the local government, like I mentioned, but also with the agricultural local government. So we have a widespread team, actually, who support us with special regulations and rules. So if the regions, the counties you are mentioning, they can talk to us. Mr. Kahindi can go on the ground. I can go on the ground and discuss. That's how we do. What their wishes are, what the possibilities are, because we don't know. We don't know the area. So we have to talk about it first and what exactly they require. If you understand.
For sure. I understand Mr. Kind is on the ground, and basically, if they are not approached, basically the good things that you're doing will not reach the regions. So we are coming from the lakeside region. Basically, we'll say there's water, but there's no water in the community. And most of the time, we have down there, but there's no water in the community. So if the project you are doing is dealing also with the water, it's a plus for them down there to get these chances also that your foundation can boost lives in the community and change their lives of living. And it seems there's application and there's lack of information down on our side. It's a good thing that we are now bringing you on board, and we want to bring your network together, the county officials that we know down in Luo Nyanza, so that they can come together and see how to work with you in partnership and see how best you can provide the facilities and improve the life down in my region. We have politics which is ongoing right now, and at times politics, how does this affect you?
Let me put it this way. I don't interfere with politics. I don't have an opinion about politics. I'm involved in the diplomat circle in Kenya / Africa in Holland. So I don't interfere what people say or do. I just do my work. And what politics are, that is the country. I'm a guest in the country. And we have a CBO and we don't have an NGO. Because if we have an NGO, we will take the jobs of the Kenyans. And that is not the purpose. We want to have the Kenyans to have their own jobs. That's why we have a CBO, community-based organization. We are legalized. We have a certificate and everything. So concerning about politics, I don't interfere. Of course, I follow the politics to know what is going on in the country because I work there. That is logic. But for the rest, I don't interfere with that, or I don't deal with it, or it is none of my business.
Okay. So initially you said you've done around more than 20 community projects that you've done, and basically they are on the coastal side of the Kenya and the eastern side of Kenya. So if we do a research of a location, or maybe let's say in a Siaya County, like Alega Usonga, they don't have proper facilities like pit latrines and all this they need, and people are still using, I'll say, old stone method to take care of themselves. So like this specific constituency, like Alego Songa now, if we decide and find the leaders of those regions and a member of parliament of the regions and bring them on board to see how they can cooperate and work with you, is that possible?
In principle, that is possible. In principle, it's possible. It depends also on the finances. We do fundraising. So I don't know if the communities have financial sources, or the government have financial sources. So that is a discussion we have to follow, and we have to explain and talk about that. That is something what you discuss on the ground, and what the possibilities are, what the plan is, if they have a plan. Is there electricity? Is there non-electricity? Because we managed so far that in our county, Kilifi, in the region Matsangoni, when I started there was no electricity at all. But because we work there, the government sees the difference of hygienic facilities, especially in the COVID pandemic. And they really, it really showed off that people have a lot of help by hygienic circumstances. So also, for that matter, they decided also in that region to extend the power. That means that you don't buy a generator for the water pump. That means that you don't have buy the petrol for the generator, which is bad for your health. So it is a long stretched thing, and it is a circle thing, if you know what I mean. Also, it is not that we give; we just change the mindsets of the communities, because the people themselves have to maintain the projects. So what we do, that is a design of Mr. Kahindi. A week has 7 days. Per community, pointed out by the eldest of the community, 7 people on a voluntary basis have to guard the project per day. And when people use the toilets, the showers, the water wells, whatever, they have to pay. And the money what is received is reserved for the maintenance. Because the thing is, through colonialism in the past, that has gone, we also in the Western world have to pay our bills. So the Kenyan people in this case also have to pay their own bills, and they have to, if they want to use it, they have to pay their bills. And they also have to do the maintenance of these projects. And that is why we are successful, and we are checking it every time. I'm coming to Kenya 1 to 2 times per year, checking it out also because I have a responsibility to my donors. We work with a huge subsidized organizer, and I need to report what we have done. And that is actually how we work. And so far, whatever you can see, is that it is successful, and that the people are really understanding that they have to do something themselves also. You understand? And that is very nice. That's why we call Pamoja Kenya. We do it together with the community.
Oh yeah, sorry. Thank you so much. Actually, let me take this opportunity to appreciate you for coming through, and I want to ask a few questions, not a few questions, but a question that I'm seeing through here. Someone is asking, so when you do a water and sanitation project, you say you've done it in school, yeah?
Yes.
Schools,
yes.
majorly?
Schools.
Yeah, so schools, yeah. So there's someone asking here, what if they already have a land, but they don't have the resources? How can you help them, or how can Pamoja Kenya come through for them? Because they already have the land,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they don't have water and sanitation because they are using flying toilets, which is not
I
good.
see. No, of course
Yeah.
not. And we are talking about a school here, or out of private family?
No, it's a community.
Community.
A
Oh, okay.
village. Yeah.
Yeah, village. Okay. Well, what we can do is, if they donate the land, we can start a project. We can write a project. That is a process. You don't just do that. Philip has to go there on the ground for a survey to see if there is water in the ground, because they can have the land, but maybe in that part there is no water. So he goes with the team of Kisumu. We have our team there who can see if there is water in the ground, and then if there is, then we can start writing a project plan, and then we can start fundraising. That's how we do. And then we can help them. But that is a process of a year totally. And so it is not like, oh yeah, Pamoja Kenya comes and we have a water well in a month. No. It doesn't work that way. We have to do a survey, we have to check, then we have to write a project plan. It's a process. I have to apply the project. I have to ask my fundraiser and the subsidized organization if we can do another project this year. So, but in principle, it is possible, yes.
Okay. Yep. Assemble.
That's a pretty good thing. And initially, you talked about community paying for these projects for maintenance fee. How do you collect this money, and how do you ensure that the money is collected from paying of this project that you guys do goes back for maintenance and run well for the project?
I have a board in Holland and I have a board in Kenya with Philip is the supervisor. We have the treasurer and the secretary. And the people who use the project per day, they donate or they pay, I think, in a certain can or something. And the money is controlled by the treasurer or by Mr. Kahindi, and they put it on the bank. So if there is a maintenance to be done, then they go to the bank and they pay that. That is how it goes. Simple as that. Of course, there are many people who can't pay. So they have, they have solutions for that. I don't know exactly how they do that, but it is all decided by the eldest from the village how to solve that problem. As long as the projects are working. My only focus when I go back for checkup is that the projects are still working. There was one time at a school, the toilet, the water reservoir was broken, as an example. They have to repair it. How they get the money, I don't know. That's their problem. If it is not repaired the next time, the project closes. And that you have to be tough, because people have to know, they have to take their own responsibility. Because it is very, very difficult to do fundraising. It's a very hard job, and I do it on a voluntary basis. I don't earn money. People think that I'm rich. I'm not. And so I expect, and you have to be harsh on this, I expect that people take their responsibility to do their own maintenance. That is how we get the money back.
One communities right now, we come up with good small groups of, they call them circles, where you find like a women group, they decided to come together to buy a piece of land, and they want to do irrigation, maybe they want to do horticulture in the field. And you find that they collect their own money, they have their own kitty, and they have their own way of savings. And now if they want Pamoja Foundation to come in and either do a toilet for them or do a bowl for them on their project, and they have their own funding that they send money to, what happens? They account for, they send money to. What happens in this situation whereby they have their set finance account, and Pamoja also have their own finance account? What happens in this situation? How do you go about this one to make sure that you give them balls, you give them whatever they need, and all of you benefit?
First of all, we don't do boreholes. We never do. We don't do that. That's one thing. Secondly, we don't benefit. The community in the area you are talking, they benefit. It is their request, and we help them realize the job. And because it is Kenya, we can do fundraising because we do fundraising for Kenya. So we actually help them start what they need. And after that, it is their responsibility, it's their business, how to go about it. Then we let it go. Then it is not our responsibility anymore. Because it is on the other side of Kenya. When we start, Philip will work with another Philip in the area you are talking about, who can check up the water well and the projects if they are doing okay, if you know what I mean. So people get instructed. And because the team of Kisumu is close by in the region you're talking about, it is easy for them also to check up and give us the feedback. Does it answer your question?
Yes, you're answering me, and because I'm concerned about where money goes, because our people with money, when they contribute money and they expect to pay for something and they don't understand how they're paying it, at times it brings a friction between the company that is helping them and people who are donating this product. So that's why I was asking you, how do you handle the money issue? And well, in a community whereby you talk about the village elders and maybe the regional, the elders in the community, and they decide the type of project that they want for the region. And you say the ones who cannot pay for these things, there's a way you handle them. Is there things that needed for them to put prior the projects to start, or there is a way you guys just find a way of maintaining the projects?
I will answer two questions of you here. First of all, I understand the friction of the dividing of the money. That's always tricky. And you need people to rely on. So that is a discussion what has to follow. And people are instructed also by Philip Kahindi how to deal with it. That doesn't mean that it necessarily work immediately, but people get instructed because it is another way of approaching. That's question number one. And question number two is how can I say how can I the question was exactly refresh my memory, refresh my mind, that I give a good answer. Yeah, you unmute yourself.
But the region where they can't afford to pay completely.
Oh yeah.
They need of these services. How do you go about this?
Sorry, that is something what is discussed in the community. I don't have any saying about it because I don't know how people solve that. But the elderly of the villages, of the communities, or the manager or whatever of the project at that time, they solve that problem. And that is what we're doing in Matsangoni. They do it I don't even exactly know how they do it, but they solve the problems themselves, that people can even use it and that they are being helped. I mean, maybe they donate with a goat, maybe they donate with fruits. I have no idea, but something, they have to do something, whatever they do, or maybe they put them to work or something. I don't know. But it is, and anyway, it is an equal, that people are treated equal, that everybody is getting, that everybody who lives there is benefiting from it. You understand?
If one thing that's right now is common is the women groups, and most of them right now they're forming circles and they tend to lift. They call it inua dada, like lift another Uber to build a woman and to help them come to grow in the society. I don't know the right word to put there, but you find they have the circles, they have the smaller groups, and they want to provide the water tanks basically for them, for their elderly in the community. If we find such a group where there's a circle formed, or there's a leadership of the same, and we connect them with Pamoja Foundation, is there a way both can work together so that they achieve the same goal?
Absolutely, that's absolutely a very good idea. Talking about water tanks is also a good idea to approach entrepreneurs, that they can donate something. That is also in Kenya. We do that here, but also there. And of course, we can work Pamoja. Of course, that's no problem. But we have to, we have to discuss that with the practical situation, how to go about it. But everything is, we are open for everything. Let me put it that way. Because we like to grow, we are growing, and it is not a must, but it is. Personally, I want to help the whole world, but that's impossible. So I do what I can. And the MP we work with in Kenya even donated by himself 10 water tanks to his people, as an example. So, no water, no life. That is the whole thing. We turn on the tap, but in Kenya or other parts of the world or Africa, that is not the case. So I want to help as many people as possible. That is my personal intention. Let me put it that way.
That's really melts my heart when you say you want to help as many as possible as you can. And already we have some serious groups which are running. They are working, and they are touching a girl child. They are touching women in the villages, and basically sanitary facilities are very, very important and very key in life. And with your support or with your help and connection that you say you do the donations and you do the fundraising, with the type of groups I'm talking about, they are serious women, they're a serious group of people, and they really also are following the same direction that you guys are taking, to just make sure that everybody access clean water, access clean toilets, access a better life. And one thing that we must agree on, that with the proper management, these things can change life. Without proper management, it's not possible. And I want to ask you, if a group approaches Pamoja Kenya, they're willing to maintain, to do the maintenance of the project, and they have a piece of land in a community where they can donate for such a project to happen. How long can it take for your foundation to do the physical study, to do the project, to do the evaluation and everything to make the project up and running?
First of all, like everywhere, if there are financial sources, you can start tomorrow, as an example. But before anything, a survey has to be done. That is a necessity to see if there is water. There was a Kenyan lady living in Holland, a very nice lady, and she wanted persistently a water well at her parents' place. My team went there. They said, please, Marion, there is no water here. Very huge land, whatever. So that is a waste of everybody's time and money. We have a solution for that, what you can do. We have 2 rainwater harvest projects. One is with water tanks and one is with an underground concrete water tank, very big. And that is what we are working on now with another women project. That is an agricultural project. And that is that we have an underwater concrete water tank, like 11 meters or something, and 3 meters high. And that also collects rainwater. So if there is an area, and that is of course cheaper than a water well. So if there is an area where there is no water, you can always do it like that, which is working very good. We do that also in Matsangoni. So we always have a solution. But we listen to what the people want, and then we say if it is possible or it is not possible. So to answer your question, of course, we can start immediately if there is money and if there is water. And depending on the depth where we have to create a water well, it can take a month, it can take 3 months. We just done 2 water wells at 2 schools. We just finished less than 2 months. So we were lucky because it was not so deep. But you never know. You never know, because it can be a rocky ground, it can be a muddy ground, etc., etc.
Oh yeah, yeah. As someone is also asking here, because I see there are guys following up and they are asking me questions so much here on the back end. Yeah, and there's another one I'm seeing here. She says she's glued till the end, and the question she's asking is, so you give people food, like an example. It says he gives people food, but they need to work for the food, so that, like, you give me food, but I need to make fire to cook the food, because without the fire, the food cannot be edible.
True. True. Yes, true. If you want to put it that way, it's true. Yes, true. You have to do something for what you get. And the system we use in Matsangoni is that people rotate in the village to guard the projects, because in the evening the water well goes on lock with a padlock, and there is an askari who keeps a watch, because we also have a solar project. So you have to think ahead, if you know what I mean. And we follow the agenda of the United Nations, which is women empowerment, water, and food security. That is just the agenda. That is also world and globally wide, that there are donations, that people donate for that. Organizations donate for that. And the thing is, what Asembo is saying about the women groups, that is a very hot topic at the moment, which is really nice, because the women are getting independent financially. They have their own businesses. They form their own groups. They form their own women groups, and etc. It is a very interesting development. And in our region, the government is also teaching them for free, the agricultural ministers, to teach them how to do agriculture, actually. So it is a very, very nice development which is going on. And the women are so happy that they can maintain their own businesses. Very nice. It's very nice to see.
So, and I'm glad that there's opportunity that you guys are also focusing also in agriculture, because at the end of the day, also with agriculture, that's work well. Do you provide the seedlings? Do you provide materials that needed for this project?
I don't know. It's a good question. Actually, I don't know how they do that. It's a good question. I think they get a little bit from the government. I think. I'm not sure. And then they multiply themselves. Something like that. But that I can ask because I'm not really sure how they do that.
There's if we get, because already there are these young graduates from university who do they did degrees, the bachelors in agriculture and all that, and they have already a project ongoing. They do the work, so they do a lot of horticultural projects, and they lack a group to work with. Basically, I can say that, and they only need assistance. Like now, if a community give them a piece of land and they bring you on board to provide provide water for them, how long does it take to start collecting money from such a project? How long does it take you guys to start collecting money from such a project?
You mean for donations, funding, or you mean what exactly do you mean?
For maintenance and all that. When do they start paying for this maintenance?
Oh, fee? you mean that one? As the moment the project is zeg je dat? Executed. Then we have an official opening, but that is not the case. Then the project can be used, and then the payment starts. Simple as that. So we have now two water wells at two schools. And the community also uses those water wells at the schools. They are allowed to, and because the children can pay. So with the schools we have per child, I think 10 shillings per school fee per 3 months or something is being paid to maintain the project at the schools. But the communities, the people, the inhabitants of the villages also use the project, and they pay immediately. And so that money is collected, and then the maintenance can start if it is necessary. So the moment it is for use, the moment it is open, then everything starts.
So that makes it clear, because I was looking at whereby if you do a water well in a school, and it needs maintenance, and the community also using the same. So depending on how much they are gonna pay. So if the school can be taking care of this through the school fee, then the community is covered. So parents can be told you only be needed to be paying 10 shillings per month in the school fee to cover the maintenance of the project.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think that's pretty good. Roughly, how much do you think a community may need to set up a project like the one you've done in?
If you want to have water well, wash shower and go block. That is a how do you call it? A block with a shower for girls and boys, a toilet for boys and girls, or men and women, and 2 washing basins, 2 compartments, closed, separated. Totally I'm talking in euros, is approximately 10,000 euros. A little bit more, like say 11,000 euros.
So if a community is less of 11,000 euros and they have 2,000 euros, in this situation, how is Pamoja Kenya helping?
Well, that is very interesting. First of all, we write a project plan. We have 2,000 euros. Number. Then we write a project plan. So we ask for money. The subsidized organization pays 50%. So 50% of 11,000 euros is 5,500 minus 2,000, and then you make an accumulation. Then you need like, what is it? You need 9,000 minus 5 is, let's say, 5,000. That's the fundraising what we do. Because we work with a subsidized organization, if they approve, because I don't know if they have a limit in asking for funds per year, that I don't know, and we just started, but they pay 50%. Of it's actually it is a bit 1/3, which is 50%. Like if I bring in €1, they pay 50 cents. Then we have €1.50. So they pay 50% of, but it's 1/3 of the project, of the budget. And then the rest is paid by them. So that's how we do fundraising, because we can't to raise funds. 11,000 is a lot of money.
I understand that they must also contribute something for them to get something.
Exactly. But yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
If it is less, we can see what we can do. You know, the more there is, the more the better, because the donors always want to see that the people themselves also bring in something, and in principle. And Philip Kahindi, our supervisor, also followed a course, Change the Game, from that subsidized organization. And what they taught, specifically in Kenya in this case, is people in Kenya don't have money. Simple as that. I know that, you know that, we all know that. So how do we contribute? They contribute in materials. You know, we work with a solar pump guy in Nairobi who works with Optiven, because I'm a philanthropist of Optiven organization, real estate, and they donate a solar panel as an example. You understand? Because they can't donate money. So that also reduces the cost of the materials. You understand? So that is how you do. But you have to discuss that. You know, this is maybe somebody wants, but whatever. You never know. You get.
That's pretty good. And now, in my situation, in my case now, I'm a proud Luo man who is coming from a proud Luo region, and this is Migori, Homa Bay, Kisumu, and Siaya. And in these 4 counties, we want Pamoja Kenya Foundation to also benefit our people, to also make our people live well, to also improve their lives. Apart from the Kilifi, the Eastern, the regions where already you're working in, we want to bring you down to the lakeside. And the way you're saying, they must give something to get something. With the help of these women groups that we are having, because I think with the leadership of the Luo region right now, the women representatives though that was elected, I mean, they are willing to cooperate with the women groups so that they help the community, so things that are touching women, things that are touching the girls, the children. And with what you are doing, if they come together, I think it's a plus for our communities back there. And if they are willing to do these projects with you, and every county, we do like 1 project per county. If we say we're doing 1 girls' school in every county, to see how best this can work, and they are willing to give a school where you do the project, donate some materials the way you're saying, and they're willing to contribute a little bit of their money because they have their circles. You know, women, if you give them $100 to go and buy food, they'll keep $20 and they'll take $80 to buy everything. So if they can bring the little $20 that they are keeping to top up, not to top up, if they have a little bit of that amount, is it possible for your team to come and do this project in Luo Nyanza, whereby in Siaya County, if it's a 1 girls' school, if it's in Kisumu County, another girls' school, in Homa Bay County, and in Migori County, and these women groups are willing to work with you. Is this possible?
Yeah, it's possible. The only thing is that Mr. Kahindi has to fly from Malindi to Kisumu. That goes via Nairobi. It's practical, and so his transport has to be paid. That can be in the budget as long as it is transparent, that people know that that's going to happen. It is not the case that he will be there all the time. That is, first of all, and too expensive. So he will point out, together with the people who are the leaders there, which person or persons will do the management. And he will check the beginning, the middle, and the end of the projects. But we can do that. There's no problem at all.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Well, actually, as we are here right now, there's a project I would like you to come in and chip in, because I've been chasing you for quite so long right now, and finally I managed to find you, and you I appreciate that you came through and you are here now. So I don't want people to say that, why didn't you ask her? She was there and I'm here. And there's an evidence whereby you will not run away, because we will play it and we say, look, you said you will come and do it here.
No, but the thing is, I have been traveling through Kenya a bit, also in Kisumu, because the country I work, or I want to know the country and I want to know the people. And the thing is, I'm humbled and I feel honored to work in another part of Kenya. I mean, that people ask, not me, but us, me and my team, and that we get the opportunity to do that. And that's one of my dreams, also to work in Africa. Rwanda asked me, Sierra Leone asked me. So, and if there's a possibility, I love to do it, but this is a serious discussion. It is not, the thing is, we are professionals. We take it as a serious job, and it is not a joke. And if I do it good. Otherwise, I don't do it, because many people approach me. They think I have money in the trees. I can just do those kinds of things. I can't. I have to work very hard to get it done. And I love to do it, but it has to come from two ways. It is a Pambocha thing. And like I said, I always want to help people, but I'm also very tough on that matter, because I am the one who negotiates. I am the one who talks to the people, and most of the time the men, in this case then the women or the ladies, and which I really like. I really respect and I like, but it has to come both ways, and people also need to like it. But I am honored that people ask me and my team to do the work in another part of Kenya. That's very special. Then that means they take you serious, and they believe, in this case, the foundation. You get so. Sawa.
Sawa. So now, because there's a section in Luo Nyanza whereby the land is fertile, but they don't have water, and it's a community whereby if they can only get water, they can also do a lot of agriculture, as you said, as a women's circle, which they're really, really stuck in terms of water and sanitation, whereby the community, they can do a lot, but they don't have a hand to uplift them to get the water so that they can make products from that water, because they already have the land, but there's no water. And it's my humble request on their behalf, please. It's my humble request on their behalf, so that I know they're watching. And it's sorry, my light is is
don't worry. Yeah.
You see, so it's bringing me back to the darkness, but it's okay. So Marion, this is my humble request as a Boktan under the Onagi Diaspora TV and the people of Onagi. Please, we need a water, we need a well for this community, and we will see how to do the nitty-gritties, and I will also arrange on our behalf as the team of Onagi, so that we can send Kaindi down there, Philip, and also to do his survey and see, so that these people can get water in Sierra County, because that's the only thing we can do. So how will they remember us?
The thing is, what you do, sorry to cut you short, you just call Philip or you text him, you make an appointment. I already informed him about this. And I said, I don't know what will happen, but this is the case. And he likes it, by the way. He likes it. So that's important also, because he has to do the work. And or at least dedicate to work. And so just call him. I will also call him or text him, and then say that you want to do this, and then we can start fundraising.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
After the survey, because I'm very practical. Because if there is no water, you have to find another solution, which is also there. But first things first. That I don't make promises I can't keep. You get.
Oh yeah. So I understand. So before the survey, you cannot promise. So we need to see if there's water.
Exactly. And if there is no water, there are a few other solutions with an underground concrete water tank, which is very big, or different water tanks. But that is another story. But Philip is the one who can advise. He knows. Okay. And you are lucky because our water team is based in Kisumu. They live there and they just finished the job and they traveled back today. I think by bus or something. Yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you.
So you're lucky.
Thank you so much. And people, maji ndio hii imekuja nyumbani. Thank you so much.
Karibu. on my side. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Asebo?
Yeah.
I'm so grateful, Marion, for this chance that you're giving our people. And we want to partner with you. We want to see how well we can work with you to improve the lives of our women. Because basically water affects, most of the time, affects women in the society. Yep. And if we can work together and with the donations and the fundraising that you're going to do on our behalf and making sure that at least Luo Nyanza, these things, when they come into the country, we are part of the benefits. We are part of people also that get access to this type of things. And with you here today, it's a blessing for our community as a Luo. We want to make sure that we reach our leaders so that they can also reach out and help in the best way possible. Like if we need a land, if we need a material to be given out, if we need money to be given out, I'll want to reach out our leaders so that they can team up together with you, and we try to make sure that these things, when they come into the country, we are part of them also. And it's my honor to have you in the studio today. And there's a lady called Achieng Nyakwaro Chino Agenga. She's a very prominent lady. She's a tough one. She's a good leader. She's have a community. She has a group of women that they're working together with. And I think these are the ladies I want to connect with you, so that they can work together with you and they see which projects they can. And because they know where they really need water. They have these people in their groups. They know which locations that these things gonna make big impact. So it's my honor to have you to connected to your network, so that we can improve the lives of our people back at home and see how best my region, which is Luo Nyanza, benefits from Pamoja Foundation and just see life change in a different way. I really thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so very much, Asembo. I really appreciate. Nice meeting you. And I'm humbled again, and I am very proud that I can give this information, that I can share, that we can work together in the future would be very nice. I like it. Also, Aboxen, I really appreciate for this opportunity. And it is just, if you can't do it alone, you have to do it by Pamoja. That is how it is. And if you can help each other, why not? That is the way to do it. So we will figure it out. And you can just give my number, so they can talk. I will set up a group in WhatsApp that it is only for that. That is otherwise, because I have so many apps I get per day, a couple of hundred or something. So the thing is that it would be really nice to also for us to extend our projects. That's very nice opportunity. Thank you for this opportunity. Amen. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Before you go.
I don't go. Yeah, I don't go.
Okay, yeah, I see Achieng is saying, yes, we would like to partner with you through our CSR. Yeah,
That
actually,
is
she's in the US actually, and she does the women empowerment as well.
nice. I just started a new business in the US with a new company. So, which is also benefiting. So it's also very nice. So, I'm working actually for now because I also sell moringa. I have a moringa business I'm starting to sell that in the US. So that is nice. I'm an international person. That is my focus. Sawa. Yeah.
Yeah. So Asemo, maybe you can close it for us.
Yes.
One thing that I need to tell my people that such opportunities are rare to find, and our people when we find people who are willing to come down to help us to realize how best we can achieve things in life, we embrace these opportunities, we take them up, and we see how best we can put them in place to work for our people. I'm talking to basically I'm now appealing to our leaders who are back home in the soil, because these things they've been in the country and seems nobody knows about them in our region, and they've been doing projects and projects and projects. So our leaders kindly find time to meet, and when we call on you, accept us or give us chance to talk to you, and such projects can come and improve lives of our people in different locations. And basically, I'm jealous. I'm talking about Migori, Yoma, Kisumu, Siaya. I'm so specific about this region, and we have Lake Victoria there that we can't use properly. So, Marion, will keep bothering you with the questions. We'll keep on asking you questions. We'll keep on consulting and seeing how best you can bring these projects down in our region, and best how you can partner and coordinate with the groups and the circles that we have down there, so that our people get good sanitaries down there. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we'll be talking to you most of the time.
Thank you so much. Let me add something for Aboxen. I think it is, to start with, it is handy and practical that the people send the numbers to Aboxen, who collects them and then send them in one time to me. So I can make a group app, and then I have everybody in the group. I think that's the most practical way, because otherwise I don't know from which direction they come. One, and then secondly, in principle, my plan is to go to Kenya in March, end of March. That is my plan. So let's hope and pray that we can make it. Aboxen, is that okay for you that you do it that way? That people send their name and numbers to you, and I make an app group, and then we go from there.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Thank you for giving me that job.
Sawa.
Sawa.
Asante. Asante sana. Thank you. Have a nice evening and take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.